My name is Jimmy. 21 years in the Army. My beautiful wife, Beth, got me this hunt, gave me the opportunity to come up back to Alaska to hunt moose, my first moose hunt ever. Every hunter I talk with talks about the dream of going on a moose hunt. Most of my life, logistics and timing has prevented the dream from becoming a reality. This past summer, things began to fall into place when a good friend of mine, whom I met when I was stationed in Alaska back in the early 90s, asked me to join him and his friend to go hunt the giant Alaskan Yukon Moose. It didn't take long for me to be all in. The area we were going to be hunting has some of the best moose habitat in the world, along with the biggest moose a man can hunt. I discovered we would be hunting in the southwest part of Alaska that is known for its diverse wildlife, which can include brown bears, caribou, moose, salmon. The area is very remote and rugged with limited road access and is known for its harsh climate. Still, with all of this, the area I was going to hunt moose in, the population was growing every year by a large percentage. Even with the hunting harvest to take place, the willow habitat is pristine and provides many moose for residents and non-residents. The thrill of killing my first Alaskan Yukon moose was finally going to happen in the fall of 2022. Stay with me as I take you through my trip to Alaska, catching some silver salmon, floating the mighty Yukon, camping along the banks of the Yukon River, and hunting the beautiful, majestic Yukon moose. So I now am the first step. I am in Anchorage. I have my locking tag for my moose ticket. I have my harvest ticket. I am ready to go. All I need is an airplane and a moose to walk out, and we will have some moose meat. Headed down the Seward Highway. Another familiar sight. Road construction. So my beautiful wife, who I love with all my heart, has sent me to Alaska to go grocery shopping for some moose. Gonna grab me something to drink and get right back on the road and go seafood shopping, aka go find some salmon. The final stretch coming into Seward. What? Nash Road, old McDonald's, looking a little bit bare. And when I see bear, I don't mean like a bear. I'm talking about there must not be any fish in here right now. So Trey, it's cold and rainy, and I have nothing else to do right this second because I haven't got my rod yet. So I'm gonna go have a little breakfast. Thinking about you, buddy. Oh, by the way, fixing to get me a coffee. I may get you a hot chocolate and dump it out just for old time's sakes. Well, the verdict is, I watched one get caught. I watched kids tangle everybody up. I've seen several getting cleaned. Talked to a guy, said he's caught a few over at Nash. So I think I'm going to get some rest and get up and hit it first thing in the morning and see if I can't go catch some silvers. I'm going to get a bite to eat. My popcorn ain't holding over. I'm gonna grab a spinning rod. It's saltwater, so you just need a treble hook. You just snag them. I think you cast and snag them. Not real sure, I've never done it. Grab a rod, grab some treble hooks, and go check out the covert. I had some great success down here. The silvers were coming in pretty good. Watched them for a little bit, watched the people, kind of got a feel of what the silvers do. Grabbed my hook, grabbed my rod, and jumped in the water and was able to catch a limit of silvers. Well, we're down here at the culvert, and definitely the fish are starting to come in. You can notice some of the fish jumping. You can see the birds feeding on the bait fish out here. And what was really cool about it is you can see the wake from the seals. The seals that chase these silver salmon as the silver salmon were trying to come up to spawn. Really, really cool watching them do this. If you can't catch a silver, stay in Tennessee. If you can't catch a silver, stay in Tennessee. Thanks for the help, Trey. About par for you and Hayden. Thanks. Mount Marathon is approximately 4,600 feet above sea level in elevation. They have a 5K race every year on the 4th of July. It is the oldest mountain race in the U.S., which started back in 1915. Every year we come to Seward, we always see a huge brown bear on the side of the mountain. On this trip, I know it's hard to see, but I watched this huge bear traverse the entire side of the mountain in just a few minutes. What an impressive animal. Last day of fishing down here in Seward. I was able to finish off another limit of silvers. I'm going to get them cleaned up, boxed up, and shipped home. I'm going to go back and check my packing list one more time for my moose trip and then head back to Anchorage. You guys stay tuned. This is my moose prep 2022. I have stuff everywhere. My bag. Wet weather gear, which, give me a second. All my other optics and GoPro. Dark, pouring down rain. Cold and rainy. You can't see a mountain one. Just got a call from my wife. She's a little bit nervous. There is a typhoon Merbok. It's supposed to be the strongest storm in over a decade that's going through the Yukon River area where we're planning on moose hunting. I think the strongest part of the storm is Friday, Saturday. We're going in on Monday. I'm hoping it's out, but they're expecting the water to be 3 to 8 foot higher than normal. The winds are expected to be 60 to 80 mile an hour, gusts possibly higher than that. So we're really hoping that that storm gets cleared out prior to us getting there. So that's what I get. All the way to Anchorage. Well, I finished up my fishing down in Seward, headed into Anchorage right now. We're going to get on Raven Air. It is a little bitty plane. It's going to be like a bubblegum wrapper. So we're going to jump on the plane. We're going to head out to our village. All of our gear has already been shipped. So hopefully our gear is safe and sound in the village that we're going to. Well, we got into our village, we've got our boat, we got all our gear loaded up. We are starting to make our way down the Yukon River. Not real sure. We're going to kind of go down the Yukon River, find some backwater sloughs, jump in the backwaters and set up camp. The Yukon River is a very rapidly flowing or fast flowing river. It can get pretty deep, it can get pretty shallow. There's no buoy markers like what you're used to on our navigable waterways. You got to pay attention to the currents. You got to pay attention to the river. It gets really, really wide in places. And if the wind is up, the Yukon River can get really, really rough. Make sure you're paying attention to your NOAA radio or any other weather that you might have. You don't want to get caught out on the Yukon on a bad weather day. After traveling down the Yukon River, we found some backwater area that we like. We're probably about 1,000 yards off the main Yukon River in a backwater slough. We found a nice point. We were able to set all of our tents up. We've got 3 tents, a little cook area. We got in late that evening, got camp set up for the night. After we got camp set up last night, we were headed to bed. You could hear off in the distance multiple different bulls grunting. Probably one of the neatest experiences. It was pitch black and you could hear cows bellowing, bulls grunting. Really, really neat. First morning of the hunt, We're going to kind of split up in groups. There's a couple of us going one way, a couple of us going the other way. We're going to get this hunt going and see what happens. Josh and Scott ended up shooting a bull each. Josh had never killed a bull, and him and his dad, Scott, were hunting. Josh was able to kill a bull the very first morning. There was another bull that came out. Scott was able to get a shot on it, so we've got 2 moose down already the very first morning.
Rig is already set in. Okay. Get 2 broad tines on one. Oh, I had 3 in here. I guess he's only got 2. Yeah. But a 48 incher. Any bull area. Take it. Now it's time to work.
Once we found out that Josh and Scott had both shot a moose, he got a moose down, it's kind of all hands on deck. Everybody basically stopped hunting. And whenever you're moose hunting, it's such a large animal. Once a moose is down, everybody kind of goes to that person and helps start cutting that moose, skinning it and getting it quartered up and getting it packed out.
Yeah, not bad. 2 bulls in one day. We got our swagger on. Congratulations. Yeah, man. That's your first bull. Yeah. And a dandy. He's got 5 broad tines on one side and 4 on the other. 4 broad tines here, 5 over here. I don't know how wide he is, probably 40, a little bit below 40, but 5 broad tines, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. That's a heck of a day for your first bull. Huh? Yeah, that was nice. Now we're going to go through the process of getting our second moose out.
And there's camp. And I shot my bull out here toward the mouth. Right where the big trees meet the little trees. I grabbed my gun, I took up a good position and made a great shot right behind the shoulder and was able to kill my moose right from camp. I was literally kneeled down with my back almost against my tent. We're gonna go up here and I'll video it going into it. That's the Yukon out there. This is just one of the sloughs. All right, now we're walking back in. Gotta find it.
Get down! Put down! Put down!
Coming through the thick woods. And right there, it is. It is a big, big animal. Super duper cool. Got a bull down. It's my first moose hunt ever and could not be more excited. And it's about a 50-inch bull, my first one. And just like I said, it means the world to me to be able to do it. So thanks to Scott and Josh for helping me find it. One shot.
I can't tell you excited. That is awesome.
He's nice. Super nice. I've been planning all year coming up here. The feeling of being successful on the first moose hunt is extremely overwhelming. There's no way it would have been possible without my wife helping me with all the planning and preparation for it. My good friends up here that allowed me to come do this hunt. But the overall satisfaction of being successful is not necessarily harvesting the animal. It was a phenomenal experience. But to be able to take such a great moose on my first hunt, words can't describe it.
He does.
You re-get it. Yep.
Perfect shot, dude.
Mike, we're about 45 inches.
Mike, you say hi to Beth, though. That's his best.
Hey, Beth.
Side. I know. I was about to say, dang, first time. I think it's dry enough here. We put it in bags. Yeah. Carry it to the boat.
Yeah.
That's a perfect,
dude.
Oh, yeah.
250-yard
shot freehand.
Yeah.
That's a fair shot.
Really nice wide palms on it.
Once you've shot your moose, you need to get to it as quickly as you can and get it opened up. A lot different than the whitetails. We don't gut them up there. You skin them from the backside, skin down to the belly, and quarter them up. You just simply take all the quarters off. You need to have extra large game bags. That way, when you quarter them up, you can take it and protect the meat. You want to get it as cooled and dry as you can possibly get it, as quickly as you can get it. In Alaska, the Alaska law states that all edible meat must be harvested off the animal or taken off the animal prior to taking the antlers out. Make sure you get all the rib meat, all the edible meat must be taken out. You must leave proof of sex on the animal when you take it out. And you must leave all the bones in, minus the rib bones. You can take the meat out between the rib bones. The legs, they must keep the bones in those. And again, you have to have all edible meat completely harvested off the animal or taken off the animal prior to taking the antlers out. We took the boats over, loaded my moose up. If you've never experienced anything like this, it is a chore to get them out. The back hindquarters, they're about 160 to 180 pounds. You got to pack out, try to kill them closer to the river.
That's a ton of weight.
A lot easier to get them to the boat and get them back to camp.
Go. See you in about 3 years. Might be hard to see, but the second bull is down right there. This moose right here, we've seen him cross the river at about 700-ish yards. And decided not to take the shot, but see if we could work on it. You know, he had 2 small bulls with him. Joshua made a good shot, dropped that one right in his tracks. And we walked out to take a look at it. This guy was standing here. So it is the one we've seen. You can tell by these big points on both sides. It was pretty plain when we seen him cross the river. But this bull right here, I shot for a buddy of mine. He's mid-70s now, so he doesn't hunt no more. So he asked me to shoot him a bull, so I went and got his proxy. This is a good day for him, good day for me. All right, here we are. We were in camp eating, and we heard these two going at it. There's a cow and a bull. bull out there. There's also another one over here. I don't know what it is yet. So, Logan said you're doing figure this out. We're all tagged out. But this is too cool not to video. That is a heck of a trail. This cow trail. We heard them walking. We heard them calling behind camps. Me and Scott walked back here. Our camp is about 100 yards from here. That's the trail leading out to the meadow that Scott and Josh shot theirs in the first day. Let's see how wide it is.
Oh, there's a shot. Somebody just cracked off a shot.
There's a shot. Time to go to work.
Not. 7 moose in 4 days.
Super cool up here. Right behind camp. Just heard the bull and a cow out in this pasture or field meadow. Overgrown CRP. Came out here. There's another one off to the edge. Don't know what it was, but we came out kind of like right along the thick stuff. Found this trail. May have to shoot one with a bow up here next year. Never know. A little tour down that right banks where I shot mine. The mouth of the Yukon. Mike and CJ shot theirs way back up that river. My tent, the camp tent, the wind kind of got to it. Mikey's tent and Scott and them's tent. Scott and Josh shot theirs back up this creek. There's a big meadow back there on your right. That's where me and Scott went the other day and walked about 4 miles through that swamp that you got video of. When we got here, we heard a bunch of moose. See if I can find a moose track for you. I don't see any over here. We'll go back to the other side of camp. I know there's moose tracks over there. We had bad winds 2 days ago, and the awning cook tent did not fare so well. Scott's patch job with the rain. Oh, there's the tent. There's a moose track. I'll find a better one. That's my hand, and you can see how big, and that's a small one. And there's camp. You can kind of say we're close kind of camped in their backyard. That's the ravens you hear on my gut pile. This finishes it up, our 2022 Alaska moose hunt. We've got 4 bulls here in front of us. I've got another bull over to the side that Mikey killed, and that's going to be a wrap for up here. All of us got nice bulls, nice brow tines, all between upper 40s and mid 50s. On this hunt, we were able to kill 5 bulls in 3 days. It was an amazing hunt, great time, saw a ton of moose. Can't wait to get back up here after them next year. This is the mighty Yukon River, headed back in. There's my brown bear.
Wow. Up close and in person. Oh my gosh.
See that side I was talking about?
Like right there?
Up.
That? Oh, I can see the wave. Yeah, I see it up there.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. So, tell me about it.
Well, it's been a goat rope from the word go. It's supposed to have been here 2 days ago. We drove into Nashville twice to get my gear that finally came in because there was a propane bottle in it. But finally got it home.
Yay.
Now take it to the taxidermist.
Yay. Welcome to Tennessee.